Welcome back to the Religious Treehouse. I'm Jody.
And I'm Matthew.
How are you doing today, Matthew?
I am so good. Florence has released a new album of Florence and the Machine, and I'm loving it. We're in a great place right now. We're happy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm like, has anyone released anything? There was some elections. I wasn't sad, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, it didn't really affect me as I don't know. I'm sure there are elections in my state. I'm sure. Um, and I don't know how they ended up, but elections are fun.
Go vote.
Yeah, go. I mean,
Educate yourself.
next year when you listen to
Next,
this video in like a year when it's
yeah,
voting time, or if
go
you're in a
vote.
place that votes at a different time than us, go vote. Someone should. Yeah.
All right. So this week we watched The Little Hours. It's a comedy starring Aubrey Plaza, Allison Brie, Dave Franco. It's about nuns. Kate Micucci. There we go. What were your thoughts on the movie, Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I felt like it was a good idea to have a fun movie because I feel like the stuff we've been talking about in our podcast and other stuff lately has been a bit bleak. So it's fun to have I think this is by far the raunchiest movie that we've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my eyes and ears. I am such a pure heart, Matthew. And the
of
fact that
course.
you would subject me to nudity and foul language, I don't know what I did to you.
There was a fair amount of foul language.
Fair amount.
Um, and for that, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for subjecting you to foul language.
I'm the epitome. How do you say that word?
Epitome.
Purity,
I like
epitome,
epitome though. We'll go with epitome for now on.
epitome. No, you know me. I love to mispronounce a word, which is how I felt when reading the name. First of all, opening a movie with the credits is my favorite thing. I love a
Mm,
nice montage of someone walking in the woods as the credits for editors and producers are going.
sure.
That brings me joy. But mispronouncing words, I'm calling it Garfagnana. I'm afraid of it.
Of
It's
what?
the name of the town that
Oh
they're in.
yeah. I don't remember, but it was a
Gar,
weird Garfunkel type word.
well, yeah, Garfagnana.
Oh, Garfunkel. I don't know.
There's no L. But in 1347, I know nothing
Hmm.
about that age. I'm like, that's Middle Ages, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
okay, so this is based on, or no, I mean very loosely based on a story from the Decameron, which is
Mhm.
going to be a mid 14th century like text that like it's you're familiar with the Canterbury Tales.
Yes.
So the Canterbury Tales is probably like the more popular like um theme or genre where it's a bunch of like short stories back to back to back to back of like people telling stories, and this is like one of the things that like likely influenced the Canterbury Tales.
Mhm.
So it's a group of I think 10 people like telling 100 stories over a handful of days in the Decameron. So this is one of those stories that has been modified, not modified as much as you might think, but modified to be like of modern, historic
Yeah.
retelling because it's like very modern. Like the Little Hours is very modern, particularly with its language. But
Yeah.
it's very much like set as a period piece. They're wearing period clothing, and they're like set in the like mid 14th century.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is based on that book, and there's a bunch of other movies and stuff out there that we can watch that are also based on this book because they're fun little short stories that are tragedies or raunchy in some way or comedies, and it's fun. We should do more on like Canterbury Tales and stuff like that because they're fun. They're fun little
Okay.
stories. But yeah, um, do you want to give a brief summary to our viewers that may not have seen this movie before?
I would love to. Once upon a time in 1347 in Garfagnana, there were three naughty nuns. And these three naughty nuns did naughty things and had naughty secrets. And then there was a man and he did naughty things. And then the man ended up going to the convent because the naughty nuns had run off the other man that was at the convent taking care of the place. And they all, it, things ensue. You find out secrets, and then it all hits the fan, and it must be resolved.
Yeah, could you be a little more vague with your summary next time, please?
I don't know. Like it, you find out one of them's a witch. I mean, immediately I was like lesbians, like with after the walking with the donkey alone with Aubrey Plaza doing that, I was like, that's a lesbian. And I was right.
So you saw Aubrey Plaza walking a donkey, and you're like, oh, this is a lesbian move.
I'm like, no, I'm like, and then coming back in the early morning, oh, the donkey got out. I'm like, that's code for she's getting down and dirty.
Cool.
And then
That's
the
not something I
longing
picked
look
up.
between her and Kate Moose. I mean, they spelled out the movie for you fairly early on. The minute I heard the words belladonna, I'm like, someone's getting drugged and things are going to go poorly. I thought the priest was going to die. No,
The
he was
priest
just
dies
sipping the head nun.
in the Decameron. The priest does die.
I knew it. I was like, no, because he keeps going to the sacramental wine. I'm like, someone's going to put belladonna in the sacramental wine and he's going to die.
Mm. Well, in the book version of this, the priest dies. I don't know how. I don't remember how or why or what happened, but Maceto, Dave Franco's character, takes his place.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, but
Okay,
that's not what happens here.
let me give a better summary. Okay, there are three naughty nuns, and these three naughty nuns each have their own secrets and devils they're dealing with. And then there's this guy Maceto, and he stoops his master's wife, and then he has to leave, and he meets the priest, and the priest has damaged all of the women's works, including Allison Bree's, and that's all she has, man. All
Mm.
she has are her things that she embroiders,
Because he's
and
drunk. The priest
because the
is,
priest is
yeah.
drunk, because he's a bad priest, and by some estimates. I don't know. In anime, he'd still be considered a good one. Uh moving on. Then we get to the part where all the nuns want to have sex with Maceto. They just
Right.
all do for some reason. And I mean, who could blame them? It's Dave Franco. And then you find out one of them's a witch, and they get found out and in trouble. And then Maceto goes back to his master. The nuns have to face the music. And I think that was slightly better.
It was perfect. I think our viewers have a great idea of what's going on with this movie. Um, but yeah, I think this was it was a lot of fun. It was a good comedy. Like I was entertained the whole time. I was laughing, chortling, how one laughs. Oh, but it was good. I don't know. Where do you want to start?
Right from the very beginning,
Yeah.
like I told you, Aubrey Plaza's walking in with that donkey, and
Mm.
she and Micucci,
Micucci. Micucci.
Micucci
That's what we're
have
going with.
lingering eye contact, and I was like, oh, that reeks of sexual tension. Molly Shannon is the head nun.
Mm.
Thank goodness for them. Who is the priest? That's John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
I did like the dynamic of John C. Reilly and Molly Shannon.
Yeah, I
As
think the casting of this movie was very good. Um, I think Aubrey Plaza as the witch nun was perfect. Uh, yeah, the Allison Brie I think was great. I think it makes sense that her and Dave Franco were the leading characters here. Kate Micucci did fantastic. Fred Armisen is the bishop that came in later. Love Fred Armisen. But
oh,
yeah,
so funny.
fantastic casting there.
I mean, and Nick Offerman
Hmm.
as the Lord who could not stop talking about a
Mm.
specific group of people he did not like
Yeah.
was so funny to me. But yeah, so it opens up. You kind of get a feel for each of the three women. We have our Allison Brie as Sister Alessandra, Kate Micucci as Sister Ginevra, and Aubrey Plaza as Sister Fernanda. I really felt so bad for Allison Brie's character because she wanted to get married. And then her dad
Mm.
was like, no, we send so much money to the convent that we actually can't save any money for your dowry. And I'm like,
Mm.
what a never ending hell.
Yeah.
She's at the convent because she wants to get married, but she can't get married because she's at the convent.
Mm.
I would cry. I did. I was like, I tried to see find the religion in the movie. There was a confessional
Mm.
portion at one point. And then that's where Kate Micucci's character, who was just, she was such a tattletale. She just could not stop tattling on everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of annoying, but I loved how they leaned into like little stereotypes.
Yeah, it was very good at creating caricatures, I think. Like we have Kate Micucci's character, who's the goody two shoes, the one that always wants to do right and make sure that everyone else is doing right. You have Allison Brie, who just like trying her best, but like doesn't really care. Is like there for like alternative reasons. And then you have Aubrey Plaza, who like listens to the confession before her and like just kind of repeats that confession because she's like already checked out. Like I think those are like the three main, caricatures of modern Catholicism, and I think they did that in a way that was very funny, uh, and it was seen through the confessionals for sure.
Those were very entertaining. But no, they didn't really do a lot of like practices,
Yeah,
like
well, I mean,
depict.
it was like the whole thing was like them doing Catholicism, 14th century
Mm,
Catholicism. It's not that I don't think with religion it's always about doing things,
mm.
particularly in a lot of forms of Christianity. Um, like there are rituals and stuff like that. You see them repeatedly go to prayers and mass and stuff like that. You see them with their beads around their hand all the time and in their
Yeah.
habit. So it's very much in that state of being that is providing the religious experience for them rather than like, oh, okay, it's religious because they do X, Y, and Z at these times. I mean the title of the movie, The Little Hours, refers to preset prayer times, to pray in. So like it's within this backdrop of a 14th century nunnery, but like it's not like really commenting on that as much. I mean, like it is like we'll talk about that for sure, but as much as it's just kind of using that as a backdrop for the story of interpersonal connections.
The story of naughtiness, because everyone's just naughty, man. All the nuns very foul mouthed.
Yeah.
Because what brings Dave Franco to us is the fact that they run off the initial caretaker
Yeah.
for the convent. And Aubrey Plaza does this by throwing things at him and
Mm.
accusing I mean, okay, as a woman, I think she could have been meaner. Like if a man were to look at me like that on the street, like if I were to encounter a man in the wild that I did not know, that I fear posed a threat to me, I've like that I would have done more. This is a man she saw every day. And it, I don't know. Part of me was like, I love this. The other part of me was like, I feel bad for this man. And then there was a third part that was like, this is Aubrey Plaza in her element.
Yeah.
She, she does unhinge so well. She's an artist.
Yeah. Always with a knife. Like so good.
She slips into the character or the character slips into her. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But I'm like, yes, I truly believe this is the person that you are right in this moment.
Yeah.
And it is a witchy lesbian nun
For
who
sure.
was a
No,
little predatory at one point with Kate Micucci's character, and I did
I
not
mean,
like that.
I mean, they are a lot predatory, like towards Dave Franco,
Oh, true.
Masetto. So like, yeah, I mean, Aubrey Plaza, not a role model in this movie, in my opinion, at least. But yeah, less predatory than Midsummer.
Yeah.
But I'm still not over
But
that.
I mean, there was no perfect characters in this except
Yeah.
for Fred Armisen.
Well, but yeah, and I think what this movie did so well, and what I think the original Decameron was trying to do with this story as well, what it did really well was showing the humanness of these supposedly so pious people.
Mm.
Like, what when you think of, nuns and priests and stuff like that, you think of these, perfect people, and as we know, they are not perfect. But that's also not a new thing. Like, this has been going on for hundreds and, thousands of years of people understanding that these people in power, these people in, spiritual positions, still have human urges, still have human desires, and normal, and like are still normal people. They're just in a different, you know job position, essentially. And so by looking at them have these very human struggles, or not even struggles, but because of the position that they're in, there are struggles. I think that's what makes this movie work. And I don't think it's, making fun of Catholicism as much as it's, looking at the absurdity of this position that these people are in.
No, I agree with that. The entire time I was like, listen, Catholicism lays it all out very perfectly for them. They need to be doing their Hail Marys.
Yeah.
That, and he told them when to do it. No, but I did not. I hope no one watches this movie and is like, and that's why Catholicism. Like, but
Yeah. Well, I
it's
mean,
a
there were
movie.
some Catholic groups that were like critical of this and were like, you're showing priests and nuns as immoral. It's like, no, that's not what it's doing. It's showing priests and nuns as humans, as people with, regular thoughts and ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think that, considering this as anti-Catholic in any way is or holds any water.
I mean, listen, the the thing around celibacy, of course, sex would be like a huge thing in a
Mm,
movie like this because like they're just not having any. And
right.
that what is a more human urge um
Sure.
in some circles. And I you got to see like a bunch of different expressions of that desire because Allison Brie's character came from at it from a very wholesome kind of someone's well, she didn't think he was listening to her because she thought he was deaf and mute. I do I do wonder because but there was something evil in that too. He couldn't really give consent,
Yeah.
but she didn't have malicious feelings, whereas Aubrey Plaza went at him with a knife.
Right. But whether the feelings are malicious or
Doesn't
kind,
matter
it doesn't matter. Consent
because
is
there was
still needed. Jody, consent is required.
I understand that. I was just reflecting on the different characters' approaches to their
Yeah.
sexuality. Because Kate Micucci, like, she was, she tried
Yeah. Kate Micucci was figuring out on the fly.
on the fly. She was having a whole identity crisis in front of us the entire movie,
Yeah.
trying to figure out where she fit in with these other women. And mm,
Yeah, because I think Kate Micucci's character is probably my favorite in the movie. Like, just comedy wise, I think that was done really well because she kind of just wants to like fit in the whole time, to like whatever group that she's in. And it starts with Aubrey Plaza's. I hate that I don't remember any of these characters' names. I just know their actors' names. But Aubrey Plaza, um, and her, lesbian witch friend comes over, and they get Kate Micucci, in on that, and it, opens Kate Micucci's eyes, like, oh my goodness, maybe I'm a lesbian. And then she kind of sees them, or she snoops on them doing a witch ritual of some sort. What was it, like a love potion of some sort?
it was a fertility ritual.
Fertility ritual. My bad. But
Obviously.
well, it wasn't. It was a love potion or something, wasn't it? That
Oh, okay. Never mind. You're right. So it was a love potion at first, and
Yeah,
then the big later one was a fertility ritual.
yeah, it was a love potion and it required like a little prick of blood that they put on their cheeks, and
Yes.
then Aubrey Plaza and
Marta.
what was Marta? Yeah, Aubrey Plaza and Marta went off to Dave Franco, and or no, she went to Dave Franco first.
So, okay, because so the first time she did the first time we see the love potion, we
Yeah,
get belladonna in the eyes, blood on the cheeks. That's when Fernanda Aubrey Plaza's character goes in and has relations with Masato.
of
And
course.
then later Ginevra, Kate Micucci's character, is kind of like feeling left behind. She had that weird, confusing night with Marta and
Right.
Fernanda.
There we are.
And she's like, well, where do I fit into this? So, of course, first, Alessandra, Allison Brie's character,
Mhm.
went in, attempted to with
Yeah.
Seto. And then Kate Micucci's character drank the belladonna. Not good. It was
Hmm.
supposed to go in the eyes. And then put blood on her cheeks, except no one.
A lot more blood than Aubrey Plaza did. Way too much blood. Comedic
We,
amounts of blood. Not gory amount, but comedic amount.
and but she had poisoned herself. So when she went in to go do this deed, number one, she didn't have a knife to threaten him with.
Problem
So
number one.
problem number one. Number two, she just was so unsure. There's a confidence I feel that had to be had, and she did not have it because she was trying so hard to be good. And you saw how hard she was trying because she was always tattling. I mean, she would talk about how much food the other sisters ate, and the head nun's kind of like, maybe you shouldn't talk and watch people eat so intently. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we let people just eat what they need.
Yeah.
People need different things. But yeah, it was I felt so bad. I'm like, I part of me is like, oh, this poor girl, she just wants to feel like she belongs and she
Mm.
can relate to these other women, but at the same time, it's just not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay, so back to following her.
Yeah,
She tries to have relations with Dave Franco,
yeah.
uh, and then Aubrey Plaza interrupts her, and she
Mm,
has to go off and hide
yeah.
while Aubrey Plaza and Marta
Mm,
go kidnap Dave Franco
mm,
for a fertility ritual.
mm.
And yeah, bring back the witch hat for the fertility ritual. Um, and then Allison Brie and Kate Micucci follow them, and they're doing their dancing, all of them unclothed. And the funniest part in the movie is Kate Micucci's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be part of this," and she like goes to join them. So funny. Dave Franco miraculously makes it out alive because Kate Micucci, obviously not knowing what's going on, stopped the party. So good. But yeah,
Poor
enough
Marta
said.
got
Poor.
whacked so hard.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, she was going to sacrifice Miseto, so I guess she did have to be subdued.
Yeah, yeah.
But yep, they take him away from there, and as they're headed back in, they are they're not discovered then. Are they? Yes, they are.
Yeah, because Kate Micucci comes running back in naked. There's witches, there's witches.
Witches.
Oh, and that wakes up the bishop, Fred Armisen, who's there to like check in on the convent, to, like make sure everything's chill and copacetic, and it's not. Oh, and so she wakes him up. She wakes up John C. Riley. She wakes up Molly Shannon, who are in the same room.
Ooh.
What's Father Tommaso and Sister Maria doing in the same room? So it's just this accumulation of like all the like bad things, and like Fred Armisen's delivery of just like telling them all the bad things that they've done wrong is just so good. Like I could listen to Fred Armisen like read a dictionary and he can make it funny.
Well, yeah. I mean, Fred Armisen, I think, easily plays one of some of my favorite characters. I just keep thinking about his character in Parks and Recreation.
Who
Straight
do
to
you play in
jail.
Parks and Rec?
Was that him? I'm
Who?
fairly certain he's the straight to jail guy.
Oh my goodness, he is.
Yeah.
That's so okay. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
And I don't know. I've put those two things together. It it was sad. It was everyone had to go and get punished to a certain extent for what they done
Yeah.
because
And
they like I said they were naughty.
yeah, and what was Kate Micucci's punishment? She had to fast for a
Yes.
year, but
During one meal, she had
one
to
meal,
fast for a whole year and she had to pick one meal. And
like
Fred
lunch or
Armisen,
something.
lunch,
Lunch or something? And then, yes, lunch.
lunch. Yes.
I don't know why, but he did that made that so funny.
It really did.
a comedic movie. But
So,
I don't know, like this whole thing was just felt very much like a caricature of Catholicism, but not in a way that was disrespectful. Like I don't know if you got that the same vibe, or if you thought it was ever disrespectful.
I didn't think it was disrespectful. I think there were ways they could have made it I think they
Yeah,
I'm actively made choices to not make it disrespectful
right, right.
because all of the things were flaws of the humans and
Mm.
they were all things the humans did. They didn't make it they could have it could have been worse. I don't
Yeah,
want to
no,
say
I
that,
think
but
they could, if they wanted to make a mockery of Catholicism, they could have, but I think they very intentionally decided not to. Oh my goodness. And Kate, uh out of it, Micucci, her character is Jewish.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. That part was rough. That
I think, like, I don't know, funny, but I think that they did that in a way that was funny, not in an anti-Semitic way, but funny in a way that was like, hey, this is calling out Catholics as like, or Christians in general, or just people in general for being anti-Semitic. That like her being Jewish is this big deal. That like they're talking about witchcraft and everyone having sex with each other, and then it comes out that she's, and everyone's like, fine, yeah, whatever, like we get it, and then someone says she's Jewish, and just like everyone stops, like what? I think because like to have that being like the big deal in like a Catholic convent, like sure, but also like why is that such a big deal? And that's what makes it so funny, because it shouldn't be a big deal.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't, but it was, and it was
Yeah.
funny, and she looked like a deer in the headlights. And you were just like, oh no, what are they going to do with that information? And because really the witches thing was kind of glazed over.
Mhm.
I am trying to remember the singing during the drinking scene when they started to do the choral arrangement.
Oh, I don't remember that.
When they were drinking and they were singing a song, but there were no words. There was just the music.
Okay.
You don't remember
I
this?
don't remember this.
It was like a solid minute of drunk singing. And it was insane because they would each start adding in little parts like the bells. And no,
I do not remember this, Jody.
wow.
Like I know like where in the movie you're talking about, like when they were getting drunk, but I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, no. I tried to find the song they were singing. I was like, what Middle Ages music is this? It
Hmm.
That was funny. If you need a reason to watch the movie, that in itself, I think, was
Yeah.
funny enough. There was just a lot of good, funny moments. And Dave Franco, his facial expressions. He
Hmm.
couldn't talk, and his character wasn't supposed to react to the things the women were saying, and he just had to make a bunch of gestures.
Yeah.
And I was like, this man can do so much with so little. And I love seeing him and Allison and things together because they're married and it's cute.
Hmm.
They just did actually a horror movie called
And we're
Together.
and we're not going to watch that, Jody, because you made me watch Midsummer, and I'm not going to watch another horror movie.
And then you made me watch something that is so dirty for my pure eyes.
This, you
And
gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd,
I
Jody. I don't
did.
know what you're talking
I
about.
did. I loved this movie. It was so funny. Yes, but it'll probably be a while until we do a horror again.
Yeah, at least until next October.
So, there's a TV show off topic called Decameron. I don't
Mhm.
know if it's related. I think it is.
Well, yeah, because that's with um Tony. No, Tony. What's the guy from Arrested Development?
Tony Hale.
Yeah, Tony Hale. Tony Hale's in that, right?
Yes, and so is one of the girls from Dairy Girls.
Mm. which we
So
talked about in our last episode.
yes.
But yeah, that is related. Like I haven't seen it yet, but that from like the the trailers and stuff that I've seen of it, it is relating to Decameron as well.
Okay. Interesting. We'll have to learn more about this. And I wish it would have said something like, I'm sure there was a note somewhere that it was from the Decameron.
Yeah, the opening sequence said like from the Decameron. But yeah,
Well,
the first story on the third day, if you were wondering.
okay. I was probably grabbing my snacks right then. I've got
Yeah,
to be honest. Because I was like, this is a comedy with Aubrey Plaza. I'm snacking.
sure.
Ain't no way, no how I'm not. Well, do we have anything more to say?
I'm sure there's more to say, but nothing comes to mind right now. But yeah,
I'm sad they
letter
didn't keep
follow
the
us on Letterboxd. I don't know, like yeah, follow us on Letterboxd. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was, oh my goodness, Jodie.
the amount that parents are used as a weapon against these grown women is insane. Because they use Allison Brie's parents against her. They use Aubrey Plaza's parents. And then, Kate Micucci, she's Jewish, so they're not going to talk to her parents. But they use Aubrey Plaza's parents against her at the end. Like they threatened to like say something to them.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So sorry.
No,
Anyway, Letterboxd.
I mean I think that's part of the caricature of it, like because 14th century nunneries were not necessarily there for people who are super pious, as we think of it today, as if you go to be a monk or whatever because you want to be super religious or whatever, however that looks.
No.
Back then, it was much more for Allison Brie's purpose of like, hey, this is a place to go, like to find something for you, and then if it doesn't work out, you become one of like the super old nuns that just knit all day long that she was working with. But yeah, so the idea of like how nunneries and convents and stuff like that 700 years ago compared to how they are today are very different.
Yeah, this movie I think made a real good case though to me for why we need to bring some convents back. Maybe some women just want to commune with other women
Yeah,
and
no, I mean convents are still around, like they're still like very common.
I know they need to regain popularity. We
Sure.
need we need a surge in convents. Listen, the people are celibate anyways. Be celibate, but embroider.
Yeah,
It's just a thought.
maybe we just need more embroidery.
We guys, we got to bring craftsmanship back. And if that's something you haven't learned from Nick Offerman, listen to him. He believes in
He
craftsmanship
does, that's
and
true.
he crafted such a good character in this one. Oh, I thought it was so genius. I'm like, oh, he's cutting off the hair so he knows which man it is to identify. And then
Mm.
Dave Franco's like, and I'll just cut everyone's hair.
Oh, and then they're like, it must have been a demon.
Oh, Jesus.
A
Yeah.
demon cut off all our hair.
And when his friends are holding him hostage and he's like, just let me out, and they're like playing into the fact that they might just let him escape, and then they take that away. I was like, my heart's crushed, and I hope he doesn't regret cutting your hair.
And then, oh my goodness. And then at the end where the three nuns get a turtle with a candle on it to distract the guards so they can break him out. Hilarious. And then they say, I wonder if this is related to the demon who cut off our hair. uh, so good. Like so many, like this is, I think, the funniest movie that we've seen so far. Um,
Yeah. Did it
and like they
depict
did it well.
religion or was it religious?
I mean, it was not religious. Oh, but it depicted a whole lot of religion.
It did. It was good. Yeah, check out. We both reviewed it on Letterboxd if you can find us. And find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Bluesky. Email us.
Email. Guys,
Email us.
we're on the Gmail.
We're on the Gmail, guys. And if you have any movie suggestions that you're like, this is kind of religious, don't send us The Nun or The
Don't what?
Conjuring. Isn't it called The Nun, the one with the scary nun?
I don't know. I don't watch scary movies, Jody. You know this.
You've seen The Conjuring.
The Conjuring's a good movie. I like The Conjuring. We'll talk about The Conjuring next year,
Yeah,
but that's beside the point.
there's a movie called The Nun, when a young nun at a cloistered abbey in Romania takes her own life. A priest with a haunted past and a novitiate on the threshold of her final vows are sent by the Vatican to investigate.
Anyways, send us the movies that you want us to review, and maybe we will. No promises.
Especially if it's scary. But we hope you guys have a good day, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I think I want to move to Jersey.
I think what does Jersey have to do with this? This is in Italy. It makes me want to join a convent.
What do you, it's in Italy. What does it have to do with Jersey? I need you to rethink that. Italy
I,
and Jersey. Italy, Jersey. Same thing.
you're gonna have to you're gonna have to explain yourself.
To to some Americans,
They're both kind of
I
boot
think
shaped.
they're both Italian. Jersey's Italian.
Jersey's not Italian.
Jersey's
Jersey's New
Italian.
York. Jersey.
This may be our most controversial conversation yet.
What do you mean Jersey's Italian?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? The amount of Italians in Jersey?
I've never been to Jersey.
Jersey Shore. The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
I don't know if I've ever seen a piece of media that takes place in New Jersey.
Oh, we got to fix that.